I've entered the transfer portal because after not playing the best in high school and learning the ACC was too difficult for me, I have to regroup and find a new home where I can have some success. It'll be another tough decision to make, but first, thanks to EA for allowing me to capture this early access footage. And when it comes to my transfer options, I want to lay out a solid 3. Between Baylor, James Madison, and Central Michigan, I really like the idea of going to all 3 of those schools. And of those 3, you'll be able to see that all of them are offering me the starting role, but I have to choose just one. With the Bears, I know that I'm going to have some solid core around me, but I also know our competition is going to be harder. And that's what interested me the most about Central Michigan, plus just playing in the snow. I went ahead and took a look at their roster, though, to see the receivers I'd be throwing to. This guy's graduating, so basically every guy in their receiving core is going to be below 88 speed. And that wrote them off for me, but James Madison is still in contention. It's just the fact that they're listed as a 59 overall that scares me. I know that if I'm playing in the Sun Belt versus the Big 12, though, there's a huge difference. I think I could have a lot more success in the Sun Belt. And ultimately, I think that's why I'm deciding to lock in the Dukes, where I'm guaranteed to be the starter. This is a big deal for us. We've already transferred once. We're still listed as a redshirt freshman too, so we have 4 years left of eligibility. And what I'm going to do in this video is play through an entire season with James Madison. This is probably where I also need to call out that this is on a work in progress build, so everything that you see is subject to change. You might wonder, what all do I want to achieve? And I think throwing for more passing touchdowns than interceptions this season would be a nice place to start. Plus, even though we are a 59 overall, I would like to try and still win our conference championship. There's also one receiver, Tank Hawkins, I'm really excited to throw the ball to. He is 97 speed, so even though his catching's not the best, this senior is going to be a beast. There have been years in the past where James Madison's had a lot of success, though we have to open up the year at Maryland, at number 7 Clemson as well. We even get to face off at Delaware, which is pretty neat. And I think it's important to note that Deshaun Purdy, the backup, is so far behind us on coach trust that I don't think we can lose our starting job here. What we're really going to be going for is trying to unlock hot routes and getting some audibles as well, but we need to earn more coach trust. That's only going to come if we have success throughout this year. We're going to try and get a lot of skill points as well, so we're going to get 2 trainings there, put our wear and tear back to normal. And as you can see, we've been able to get our accuracy up a little bit more, but that's what I really want to hone in on. Our throw power is just going to be low for another season, and speed is so expensive to upgrade. I really am serious about trying to earn more coach trust so we can actually hot route before plays, though. And so with that in mind, I probably won't be showing much of it, but I will be playing practice every single week. Look at that broken tackle. I said in the last episode, it is all about getting those bonuses. They add up very quick. And so if we're able to throw for a touchdown right here, we're going to finish with a gold medal. It was a close call, but that's a lot of coach trust. It'll make a difference. And here we go. It's time to get into our first game on the road at Maryland. I literally left Virginia Tech so I didn't have to face off against Power 4 opponents, but it's how we're opening up the year with James Madison, so we're just going to have to deal with it. And we'll see what we can do on this first drive. There are a lot of guys over on that side of the field. I'm handing it off to Joe Jackson. That was something I actually think I did a really bad job of as a freshman, was we just didn't run the ball that much. We have to do that more often. If I have the option to allow us to just get a few yards on first down, it can really help. And it'll make them respect the pass a lot more, which opens things up for us. The halfback screen, though, loses us yards. Here we go. We have a 3rd and 8 already. I'm hoping that our drag gets open. If not, though, I was firing that in there. And it's unfortunate, but we have to punt. It's fine, though. Maryland has not been able to do anything offensively so far. We've been able to get their defense to bite down, and on the run is when we make our best throws. That's going to be it for the first quarter. It went by pretty quick. We'll see what they're doing here. Looks like a little bit of zone coverage, but I knew that if we put that there, we would have a huge game. Problem is we're just not that accurate still, especially whenever we have dudes in our face like that. And that means that if we're going to be able to get some of these passes a little bit more accurately out there, I need to be throwing on the run. You know, I hyped up Hawkins, but he just dropped the ball. And I feel very lucky to be in a 0-3 game at the moment. We're going to see what type of look we have here. I am just literally throwing it straight at them. Was that a composed read? Not in the slightest. That was actually one of the worst reads I think I've made throughout this entire series, but it's okay. It worked out. I have to realize with the throw power I'm working with, we really need to keep things short. Though that shouldn't have worked out for us either. I can't believe it. You know what? We got some luck on our side. We're going for the first touchdown in this game still. I can't keep going underneath. I really want to, but at some point, the defense will adjust to stop it. And that was my greatest fear right there. Our left tackle just not being good enough at all. It is a hard time out here being a quarterback that's not that good still. There's a reason that we left the ACC. I think you're starting to see why. A lot of those passes are there. It's just the fact that we're not that good yet, so we're not making the throws we need to. As long as I'm not making bad reads into interceptions, though, that's where I'm satisfied at least. And we'll see if Hawkins can get open with that comeback route. It'll really depend on the coverage that they run. I mean, they're just getting in quick. I really want to throw up a ball to him. I don't think he's fast enough to outrun some of these guys, though. And our offensive line is not giving hurting us like any time at all. I have to keep reminding myself, I'm using James Madison. We are literally like a 59 overall team. And we have a touchdown here. The throw on the run should be accurate. It's caught. So that's why you need to always keep your eyes downfield. They're going to bite on me, so we hand it off. We're in. You know, there have already been some frustrating parts, but let's be honest for a second. I didn't think I stood a chance against Maryland with James Madison, and at the moment, we're up by 4. With a lead that small, though, I know that at any moment we could be back to trailing, and we're not going to get the third down. There is something special about this defense, though. Whatever they've done, they've gotten it to us literally down here on like the 10-yard line. That's a touchdown pass. And then they decided after playing well all game, they had to eventually let Maryland score. With 2.5 minutes left, there's still plenty of time for us to lose this one. I'm just going to look underneath for our drag. Because we were so patient, he was able to get open, get to midfield, and Maryland started to call timeouts. They only have 1 remaining. We are literally 1 first down away from sealing this game. That's all that we have to pick up. I probably shouldn't be trying to run for it myself, but I felt like I could make the play, and Tyreek Milton II goes down. The real question, though, are we able to just take off the rest of the clock? Last year, with 2 minutes left, I wouldn't feel comfortable kneeing, and I think there might need to be 1 extra second left off of the clock before that function's going to work. We're not able to chew the clock, so we've just had to sit here for 40 seconds before taking a knee. This should run out the rest of it. It does. And just like that, we've started with a win against Maryland in our first game. We're getting dapped up by Maryland's coach as well, so maybe he wants Tyreek Milton II in the future. I am really happy with that start to the season. We're going to just keep on training because those skill points do need to add up at some point, though I also need to get into the classroom at some point. And I wasn't kidding about trying to lock in at every practice, but this one I'm unfortunately only going to finish with silver on because in one of the final plays, they were able to knock it loose, so that's not nice. This will still give us 150 coach points, but remember, I'm trying to grind my way all the way up to 4,000 coach points so I can finally do hot routes before I play. I mean, coach is currently pleased with me, which is good. I should also point out audibles don't come until 16,000 coach trust, so it's going to take a while to get there, but we are literally going to study this entire week just so we can get our grades up a little bit more. We have the ability to get our accuracy up a little bit more as well, which is what I'm going to do. You can see our stats starting to get up there, but we're a long way from maxing that out, and we're about to play at Death Valley. As you can see, they're coming off of the bus. They're coming out to this massive packed stadium, and this is the biggest place that I have ever had to play a game in, so you can only imagine that we are pretty nervous with Tyreek. I don't even want to look at Hawkins down the field. No matter how fast he is, we're going for those short passes, and it feels like such a bad idea to hand this off on 3rd and inches, but we really don't need that many yards. We didn't need much at all, but you can see that home field advantage. It's already taken effect on Milton II. That's why we're running a screen, and I'm afraid I could run those all day with him, and it's just not going to make a difference unless we continue to get some decent blocking. I've actually been really impressed with what we've done so far, except I have no idea what play we're about to run, and I don't think we're going to be able to silence this crowd with all these short passes. That's the only issue with doing a bunch of short plays. It's like before every one of them as well, they're just prepared to come, and then we let them come. I mean, they have everybody down here ready to stop us, which is why I was immediately rolling out. That's probably not going to be a good catch, and I couldn't even tell you what routes we got out there on 3rd down. We're hoping for the best, to be honest, which means we should just scramble. Come on, get a block for me. We're in the end zone. I was not expecting us to be able to score against Clemson in the first place. We have a lead. Do you know what EA thought about that, though? They thought, no, it shouldn't be that easy. They gave Clemson a touchdown within literally like half a second. I mean, they didn't have more than 1 play on their last drive. They scored so fast, and the home field advantage has not changed at all. We are not in a good spot on 3rd and 10. I'm going to try and put that to our tight end. He somehow catches it. And honestly, we got to stop throwing the ball. We got to see if we can do anything on the ground, though I'm expecting that to happen. Here's the thing. I think we could have a great freshman season with Tyreek Milton II, but whenever it comes to beating Clemson, it's not happening. They are swarming us on 3rd and 12. We're open. We're open. Come on. You've got to be able to run to the marker. We get it. We're at the 30. We better lock in because we're actually in a decent spot. I'm not sure how good our kicker is, but this is a tie game as long as I don't take a sack or something. But I should have known. Standing in the pocket was never going to work there. We're going to get this out immediately to our running back. The wheel route's open. He's gone. We're up 14-10. You know, once again, I'm shocked at where we're at in this game. I thought it was going to be a blowout. But the longer that we stay in this, the more hope that it's going to give me, especially if we have all the time in the world to find Hawkins. The refs are even on our side today. Go ahead, throw that flag, make the call. Yes, sir. We might be a dark horse for a playoff run, even if we can't beat the Tigers. We could be that 5th conference champion that gets in, but we're going to have to play this well the entire year, and that's hard to do. What we haven't experienced yet is my typical run of interceptions. The second that starts to happen, that's where things fall apart. Sure enough as well, it took Clemson a long time, but they were able to score again, which means we are down by 4. And that's going to be a first down. You really can't write us off. I don't think this bubble is going to be there, which means the RPO is just going to have to be a handoff, but it's good. We have to be able to stay calm in this situation right here. There is 2 minutes left on the clock. We have a chance to pull off this upset. And I don't even know what play we got. I think I called double post, which means our tight end should be getting open, but I didn't want to risk it, so we're going to our flat. This is Tyreek's time to shine. I mean, he's going to make a real name for himself if we're able to pull this one off. Throw it away, throw it away. That was a close call there. I love the motion that comes across the field on this play because I feel like it does just enough to get open. We break the tackle. We're at the 30. If we could just catch them in man-to-man coverage, I know that this wheel route would be gone, but it's not there. And I don't know if we need to call a timeout for our offensive line to get a little bit more composed or what, but our team is literally falling apart right in front of our eyes. It is time to lock in, though. I have a read dialed in. Oh, yeah, it's open. Oh, yeah, it's there. And you know what we're doing next? We're going to run the ball because I don't think they're going to see it coming. Whether we get in or not, this is going to be the final drive of the game because I don't want to give our defense a chance to give up points. And there's no way. Coaches decided we need to run the ball on 3rd and 5. No, I needed passing plays. I'm able to switch it up. You only have so many play changes, but I've used none of them in this game. That's how well we've been able to play. I don't think that's going to be there, though. All right, this is it. 4th and 5. We know that Hawkins is going to come across. I have the drag ready. Should I throw it? I don't know. I think I'm a scramble. I think I'm a scramble. We had the first down if we were like a step quicker. Instead, Clemson's going to get to survive. And you know what? We put up a good fight. Ari Wadford made the play of the game right there. I mean, he just tracked us down and he got us. That's a really unfortunate way for this one to end. That is not Dabo Swinney, by the way. He must have gone somewhere else in this dynasty file. And it looks like we've been rewarded for playing well with more plays. I had to track where Dabo went, though. We got Brian Kelly at Clemson, and then we got Dabo Swinney at Alabama. I'm so glad we got stuff like that, a trophy room, and all this history tracking in the game now this year. It makes a big difference. Like we can see last year, Southern Miss won the Sun Belt against App State, so we probably have to watch for those 2 teams on our schedule. And I've kind of gotten bored of running the same drill over and over again, so I want to see if I'm able to actually get a gold medal in pocket presence. So far, I want to say things are looking pretty good. I'm at about 23,000 points with 12 seconds left now, so I'm just going to have to lock into these final seconds. That's a slow pass right there. Come on, 5 left. Give me 2 more, and I think we can get it. That can't hit me. We're still in the green. 1 more. 1 more. If this is in, we're fine. We got 39,000. That's the best I've ever done. You know, that's going to get us up to 31,000 coach trust. Our coach is happy. We have a lot of stuff taken care of. I focused a little bit more on academics. And I'm ready to take on Delaware, a 52 overall, who is apparently also rivals with James Madison. Something I also just realized was we haven't gotten to play in our home stadium yet. I'm excited to see Delaware's, though. They're new in the game, and this is about exactly what I'd expect for a stadium in Delaware. It would be so odd if they were playing in like a 70,000 seater or something. Our first drive is starting very close to their end zone, though. We are set up for success against them. We're finally playing a team that is more so on our level, and I am excited. I think we're going to have more time back there in the pocket. We're going to get this one out quickly, and they're going to hit us hard. We might be able to get the touchdown pass here, though. We're going with the jet touch pass just because I want credit for the touchdown. And there he is, Tank Hawkins. This is a game where I'm very interested to see, does he actually have the speed to beat people deep? Because we haven't been able to test this very well. It looks like he was clamped. And I think I'm just going to let Joe Jackson go to work here. They're all going to commit to me, and then we're going to be able to let him get loose for like 2 yards. That was actually incredibly disappointing. It is what it is, though. 3rd down here. We're going to playmaker just to get above those zones, and that's a little bit off target, but we are locked in. This is some of the best football I have ever played while playing Road to Glory, which means I'm going to playmaker again and go for a touchdown. I'm risking throwing that first interception, but it could have been a really good play. That was also underthrown. And what are we thinking? How many games is it going to take me to start turning the ball over all the time? Because we know at some point in this series, it's going to start happening again. I'm honestly surprised we haven't gotten like an unlucky, inaccurate pass not go our way either. We're going to just try to run this one in, truck our way through. And this is how you start a game. We're going up 14-0 on them. I'm really liking how Tyreek Milton II is coming. I'm wanting him to keep coming this hard all year, though I think this might be his first pick. It's just when we look that far downfield, it feels like no matter how much we upgrade his accuracy, he's still not ready for it. And I'm thinking this is going to be cover 3. If it's cover 1, though, this could be an interesting position to be in. I'm not meaning to juke. This is a very bad thing. Very bad thing, but we're still running. Come on, pick up the first. Why did we have to just run out of stamina there? That could have been the highlight of Tyreek's career. Instead, it's going to be 14-10. I am so sad right now. I really thought that we were about to pull that one off. And if I'm being honest, I think we're about to get held to a 3-and-out, though our drag's open. We just got to have a run after the catch. We're going to get it back with 39 seconds left in the first half, but we're just going to take a safety. This is genuinely not going the way that I thought it was going to. We must have just played really well in the last two. I mean, we still have about 13 seconds to get into field goal range. I honestly thought that we were already in the second half, but that's not working, and I kind of just want to take a shot to the end zone, though we're about to take a sack here, so we're escaping, we're rolling out, we're throwing the corner, and it's not going to be caught. It is. I was spamming for a timeout too, but apparently that play took all the 9 seconds left. And what do we think it's going to take for them to let Tank Hawkins just get loose one time? Just give us the chance to throw the ball up to him. I want to be able to make a miraculous play. This could even work out for us if they don't get a hand back on that. And I think we might actually be in some trouble. This is not the offense that's worked for us. What I am learning is this is what we cannot do the rest of the season if we want to have a lot of success. I might as well try and scramble for this first down. And even though we've been able to score 14 points, I feel like this has been a disgusting show of football. Come on. Do not put me in this situation, offensive line. I need to have more time back there. We're just going to be more patient. We're going to hit our drag coming across or the halfback angle route. And I feel like so many of our passes are going so high in the air when I really just want them to be easy like that we can run onto. Here we go, though. I keep on trying to run this play because last year, every so often, you would just get somebody free down the field. But guess what's not happening because the defensive AI has gotten a lot better? That. Now it's going to be 3rd and long, though we can make it a little bit more manageable. And my read for this play is Tank Hawkins or nothing. I might be able to take this comeback route over on the right side, but Tank Hawkins is the one I told you. I was staring down with his speed. He could even be gone to the crib here as he is. I'm telling you, there's one person I want to get the ball the entire game, and it's him. So that's what we've done. Jet touch pass. He gets out of there. Shifty. The Hens are even starting to call timeouts now because they know there's only a few minutes left and they need to get the ball back. I don't think they realize, though, this game's most likely over. I want to run this play. I've never seen it before. It's one of the new ones. It has to be. And if I don't make a read, we're going to scramble for another. Only up by 9 points. It is kind of crazy to be looking to stat pad like this, but we could. And I'm a little worried here. It's 3rd and 1. We're going to pull it, though, and our blocks are lining up. Perfect. We're going to go for a huge juke as well. We get it. We are locked in here. I don't want to take a sack, but unfortunately we did, and we're going to see if they leave Hawkins on an island out there. If they don't, we're going over the middle of the field. It's going to be a hard throw. It bounces all over. I was a little worried there for a second, but you know what? We're coming out on top of this rivalry, and we're going to be 2-1. So far, I'm very happy with my new home. We threw for 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers still, and we also rushed for a little bit. Mainly the touchdown being the important thing there. We have a big test coming up, though, and I am going to study a lot. I think we're going to be able to scrape by academically as long as we have studied well for that test. We're going to be able to train here and then repair all the injuries. But I guess I have to keep an eye on something. Our career health has already taken a major dip, as you can see in that bottom left corner. It might not be worth it for us to do much whenever it comes to skill training every week. I think that's where we're running into a lot of our issues. I am obviously struggling on this drill, by the way. I don't know how I could have ever thrown for a touchdown, but I was going to try to pull it off. This is the one that I'm not that great at, so unfortunately, it does seem like I'm just going to finish with a bronze, though apparently that counted for a catch, so we're getting silver. We're getting closer and closer to 4,000 coach trust. Coach is happy with us. I'm about to unlock hot routes, and luckily for us, we're about to get to face Not the Experts team builder team, the Rebels. What more can we ask for? We have an FCS team on the schedule, and we finally get to have our first run out. We got a little assistant up there, or honestly, maybe that was coach, and I should be a little bit more careful about what I say. I'm not sure where he went, but this stadium is huge. During the next run out, I'm going to see if we can follow coach. These guys are the lowest overall players that we're going to face all year, so we should be gassing them like that, and I'm hoping we put up some good stats. It is nice to be in the home stadium as well. We got that crowd support on our side. I'm about to take a sack, and I'm running into the same thing I did against Delaware last week. I am looking downfield far too much, which is something we can't really do yet. I mean, the computer just presses a lot less this year, so we're not going to have all these easy touchdowns that I'm hoping for, and we're also not going to be able to pull this play off most likely, but we're still going to try. Is that completed? It is. There is no reason that should be working on Heisman, but you know what? I've been able to pull something off like that a couple of times now. Perfect placement right there. And we can end this first drive extremely strong now. We just need our tight end to outrun that linebacker, which he does. He's in. There's a lot of history at the FCS level with James Madison, and I'm hoping that Tyreek Milton II can start bringing them a ton of success here at the FBS level. So far, so good. What's going to be weird, though, is after just a season, he's probably going to have so many offers that we were not expecting at all, especially if he keeps completing passes like that. I mean, we couldn't even get on the field for long at Virginia Tech. And how did I just realize that we stayed in the state of Virginia by transferring to James Madison? Bad content creator here. Look at Saturday, though, stunting on the fans. And I'm going to be honest, I think this is going to be one of those games where when I play through Road to Glory, I just get to sit back and relax, enjoying it. It's so refreshing, too, that Road to Glory took a step forward. I mean, this feels so much better than what we had last year, even though there's still some misses. Like I wish in college I was able to chew the clock here. And even Super Sim. Like, this game's not over, but I would most likely start simming at this point, especially if we're able to go up 21-0. If they stick with the wheel route, the drag will always be there. And I can't believe it. I have gone away from the run after saying that I needed to run the ball more, but that's going to lead to a touchdown as we've broken free. Sometimes you have to let your teammates have their moment. And I'm going to be very interested to see if we can end this first half with one more touchdown since we got the ball back. In just one half of football, we've already been able to throw for 200 yards. I'm really testing that deep safety there. And that wasn't the smartest thing I've done, but you know what? We can go back to the smart reads, pick up another 20-25 yards. I have just realized, though, that since I started playing this game earlier today, I have barely eaten. I think that's what a lot of y'all are going to do on release. And I cannot tell you how good a pizza sounds at the moment. I recently had Detroit-style pizza for the first time, and I don't think I can ever go back. Now, what we're going to do here, I should probably just throw this football away. But do we think we can go for a touchdown here? Come on, give me the touchdown. It's caught. It's caught! I don't know why you can run back in the pocket like this, but in online play, people are going to lose their mind. Dude, this is just overpowered. I don't even have Magician, which is the craziest part. I'm going to try it again. Come on, get out of there. Do not give me a safety. We have the speed to get the first down. Oh, we should have thrown that. We should have thrown it. We did all of that to literally get no yards at all. But I think at this point, it's time to get to the end. And so if I'm able to work it down inside the red zone again, I'll show you all. Or you can see me throwing an interception. There it is. It was an inaccurate pass, probably from running around too much. I threw a pick. And you best believe that after that, I've had to lock in a little bit more because I can't just let that happen to my final stat line. Up to that drop, we were actually having a very good drive. Unfortunately, though, it's going to be 2nd and 10 where our running back Joe Jackson gets to the 5. And Hawkins is wide open over there. Hang on. Throw it. Throw it. I don't understand. That was the worst defensive coverage idea I've ever seen. After that, though, coach pulled me out of the game. He didn't let me play in the 4th quarter, which is unfortunate. And as you can see, we completed 78% of our passes, but that one interception haunts me. It is all good, though. Coach really trusts me now. Hot routes have been unlocked. And that is literally at the perfect time because after we get to rest on our bye week, we're about to play 8 straight Sunbelt games. With more good news on the way, Mary Porter has told us that since we studied all that time, our GPA's gone up a bunch. And we have Audrey here at James Madison, different than the girl we were seeing at Virginia Tech. Didn't we meet last year? No, I wasn't at this school. I think Audrey might have a thing for football players. My sorority is throwing an invitation party and you should come. I'm skipping our lab. You should too. Listen, I'll skip the lab, but I'm standing her up. I don't trust one like that. Well, it looks like we went with Audrey's pledge sister instead. She's mad about it, but who cares? The other girl had more followers and she put us on her story. Not really sure if that's a great thing or not, but it's made us a fan favorite. And you know, if there's one thing I know about Tyreek, he's trying to be like those SEC QBs on Snapchat. I do think we need to stop doing all the training though for XP. For whatever reason, I think it's hurting our career health, which means we are literally just going to focus on studying, and then after that, we're going to focus on getting our leadership up. We've also gotten an NIL offer from Oscar's Pizza. We want to name a premier seasonal item on our menu after you. It has no energy cost. You'll receive 2 skill points and a small coach happiness and leadership boost up front, and an increase in followers per week. This is a perfect deal. You know, I'm hoping that we can get some more NIL deals as we get throughout the year. Maybe we should focus on increasing our brand. We also have our offensive coordinator, Dean Kennedy, hitting us up. I've got some time this week to get extra work in. You want to work on stuff for this week's game? I think what I should do is select passing. I'm curious if we are able to do something like deep balls, is that going to increase our deep throw accuracy? We now have +4 throw power. That was the best thing we could have ever done. Our arm is no longer super weak. I was sick of feeling like Drew Brees out there. Fan favorites also been upgraded to silver. And I'm wondering what it's going to take to make us an influencer. How many followers do we gain at once? Like none. It's okay though. Coach is super happy with us. Every time we skip practice and we don't play it, he actually gets a little bit more upset and we lose some coach trust. So I still have to play it no matter what, even if audibles is so far away on the coach trust list. At least we'll get some more plays to choose from. And the best teams in our conference this year look like they're going to be Southern Miss again, Arkansas State, and South Alabama. Before we really open up conference play though, you know what I'm focusing on. I feel like accuracy is the most important one for us. I'm so sick of missing passes. And it really shocks me it's only gotten us up to a 75 overall, but it's time to go on the road on the teal field. This would be neat if we got to run out onto it. This is a new intro for them though, because they didn't have their mascot in the game last year. And they're swaying back and forth. What do they do over here at Coastal Carolina? Okay, they're just running out pretty normally. It doesn't look like many people are in the stands either. I guess they didn't want to come out to this showing. But they don't know what they're missing out on. This is hopefully a future first-round pick in Tyreek Milton, opening up the game with a completion just to get warmed up. And it really must just be one side of the field that had like nobody in the stands, because the other side actually looked pretty packed. It seems like we're going to be able to go 2 for 2. But what have I continued to avoid to do? Running the football, which is why that shouldn't have worked. They never thought that I was going to hand that ball off, but I just realized we can make hot routes. This changes everything. I'm going to be able to score touchdowns so much easier. We are on the hunt to lead James Mass into the playoffs now. Obviously, though, if we're going to make that happen, we can't lose a single game in conference play, so we got to keep that in mind. Here we go on a 3rd and 5. I have an option route out there for our running back because I just wanted to make sure we could convert. And I can't stress enough how nice it is to have all these hot routes in here. I mean, I just feel so much more confident. We're able to find Tank. I thought I was already playing pretty well this season, but we have no excuses now, though they were able to get in, and I'm trying my best to escape this pressure, but we're throwing that ball away. If we could just get the magician ability and also upgrade our speed, that would be so OP. I feel like that can't come before we max out our accuracy though, because we have to be able to consistently hook up with our receivers. Man, what a start it's been to this game so far. The shadows are starting to come through though with that dynamic lighting. That was not the correct read. And I have always said I will be the biggest hater, no matter how realistic it is, to the dynamic shadows on fields like this, because it's really hard to see. I'm completely fine with having the unpopular opinion as well. It's just how I feel about it. I see the opportunity for us to outrun them deep. We have the extra throw power in this game to make the pass. And I just realized we're having all this success, but it's with a stronger arm. We are not going to have this blessing next week, so we might not be able to play like this again. I'm going to appreciate it while we have it. I mean, if we score a touchdown on this play or even on this drive, this game's basically over as well. We're just going to keep on running if they give us the space to. I think the sun's coming down at the moment too. Even if I hate it on the lighting, it also looks really good. Like, I can't ignore that. And I should have never taken that sack right there. I think we're about to take another. We're just going to hit our running back, get it within the 5. Okay, now my plan for this play is to hit Trainer. I think he's going to get open. It really depends on the coverage. They bumped our tight end on the other side of the field. And then Coastal called a timeout, so we can't go for it. It's okay, though. We're going to be up by 24. And I'm going to be honest, this is a game that's already over. I've been impressed with the AI, though. They really don't press Hawkins much. I also just noticed we missed the field goal from that close up. So what was the point in even settling for it in the first place? We're trying to make that throw on the run. And I just want to end this game by closing this half out with a touchdown. That's all that I'm hoping for. We find the little space and we're at the end zone. There we go. That's literally it. It's all that we needed. I'm not going to pull this. Even if it was there, I wanted to trust Joe. And you know how it is once we get up by this much. Last time I threw an interception. This time, I hope that I'm not checking in any other times. Though, we might be able to showcase some big plays every so often. I'm gonna be honest though, all that would happen was I would throw another interception. It was so bad, I'm honestly just relieved. I wasn't even talking over it. But take a look at the sky now. I have to point this out. It has gotten dark. So it was at sunset the last time when I was thinking about it. We have Hawkins going over on that side. And I'm gonna be honest, boys, I threw another interception after that. It's actually just getting worse and worse. This is why we just need to be able to super sim to the end of the game once we know that we got things wrapped up. Because I already know that this one's over. I'm not taking things too seriously at all, even though I should be, because I've thrown 2 picks since I stopped. It's really just not great. I mean, we can try and pad our stats with our extra throw power a little bit more, but for whatever reason, coach has decided that he's not pulling me out of this one, even though we're up by more than last week. I mean, maybe he just wants me to go for some more touchdown passes and move the ball down the field. That was very close to being pick number 3. And let's just talk about it. I can finally go in and show you all what happened. First, though, we have to talk about this stat line. Ignore the picks. And I mean that. I mean, this is just gross. I decided I was going to try to just run back and do something dumb, and then I ended up throwing it where they caught it. The other one, I'm going to be honest about, I was actually really impressed with myself. I playmakered this guy, and I thought I was going to hit him, but we got hit as we threw it, so it went short. They caught it off the deflection. You know what, though? We have been able to unlock even more plays, which is nice. And I think instead of having 6 plays to choose from, we now have 9. Even with the problems I ran into, I'd consider it a pretty good week. We clearly need to work on upgrading our throw power, though, which is going to be very expensive. I still think we should save up these 5 skill points to 7 so we can get accuracy at least 1 or 2 more times first. And I forget the Sunbelt still does division sometimes. There's only one other team inside the East Division, Old Dominion, that has an undefeated record in conference play like us. From the looks of it, I think our division just stinks. And as it seems like we're going to deal with a little bit of a rainy day, I have found Coach. That's my one goal. I wanted to make sure I followed him on the run out. I didn't know where he went. It looks like he just slows his run down. But here we are in a packed out stadium. And I'm ready for another good game. To open this one up, we are getting nailed. We cannot let that happen again, that's for sure. So what I've done is I've decided to roll outside the pocket. And now I'm going to playmaker and throw it into like 50 people. There's a flag. It was against them, which is a good thing, or else I would have just turned the ball over. I don't know what I was thinking there. Yeah, it's against the defense at least. That's good. Very good. We're going to accept the penalty. I want to cut out on turnovers, and then I play like that. It's just not great football. We're going to try and get a little extra here. And I just saw the weirdest Texas route in the world, but that could be so OP. In order for it to work, though, he is going to need to hold on to the football. We're going to our check down again just to make sure we move the chains. And I wonder if they're going to go with man-to-man coverage over on that side of the field. They are. We know that we can hit Tank in stride as he's in. That was a great throw to start this one. We're going to go for it again, too. I mean, they just don't respect him. They tried to double team, but we still went for it. This is actually insane. Like, if this is cover 2, we're going to be able to split the safeties. I'm ready to go to the drag, though, as well, because it's man-to-man coverage, not worth going anywhere else. I am just having so much fun being able to command everybody on the field where I want them to go. Hot routes are OP. And I don't think anyone wants to say it, but we are facing a 1-4 school. If you try to read the records, it's actually kind of hard to do so. I'm not sure why they went with that font there. But we just got to float this, get the first. And I'm wondering what Saturday can do. What type of matchup is he going to get here? They're definitely going to have some people back. We still got a B+ grade for this game, though. I really want to try to finish a game with an A+ grade. I feel like we might have already, and I didn't know. But then again, my best performances have come whenever I've thrown interceptions. 3 times. 3 times in a row. I don't even have to watch to see what's happening. I know that he's going to take it in the end zone as I stare the camera in the eye. He's just too good. He is too good. He's why I came here. And this is the first school that has decided they're going to press him. Now, we have to really question a lot of Georgia Southern's coverage decisions because our tight end should not be getting a 70-yard play. I can't believe it. We're going to have another game that's over before halftime. When are we going to get some close battles? We have an open corner route, but I missed. Does it matter, though? Look at that side. Am I going to close my eyes and throw for a touchdown? I'm listening. I'm listening. What is it? What is it? Is it a touchdown? I have no idea what happened there. I just tapped the button. Was it a bad throw? Oh, we got clamped up. Maybe that wasn't the best decision in the world there. He isn't going to be able to get open every single time. Our tight end is clamped again, and we're going to get held to a field goal. From this point, I'm going to hand the ball off. I'm not going to throw interceptions. I don't want to even pass it again. But since I did make a pure running archetype quarterback, we might go for some runs just to see what we're able to do. Running the ball is how I should have handled the end of the last couple of games. They're getting in pressure quick here, but I just decided I was going to run back, throw it up to our running back, and then if it doesn't work, we're going to eventually get the ball back and continue to try and just run the football against them. Eventually, we're going to make it to the end of this game, but it's been a pretty boring 3rd and 4th quarter. And fortunately, we can finally take a knee and just end it. It's another week where we're able to have a lot of success in conference play. We've been able to build ourselves up and actually play well. But with all our success on the field, I wasn't really worried about midterms, and it took a huge hit to our GPA. That's just how it goes, though. I think it's important that we scrape by, nothing more than that. We're going to focus on leadership one more time and hopefully get it up to medium eventually. But it costs so much energy doing stuff like that, and guess whose accuracy can go up again? We are going to have it at an 85 short accuracy, 97 throw on the run. And I'm going to be honest, boys, I've been having a lot of fun doing the Scramble Survive training drill. I mean, I've been playing like this in the real games, but we are always quicker than the defensive lineman chasing after you. So you're able to run around, you're able to get both of the 500s, and then you get to deliver a dot. It can definitely get pretty glitchy. And it's about time that we face somebody half decent. Louisiana's currently 4th in the West Division. Going into this game, they're sitting at 3-3, 2-1 in conference play. They're a much better overall than us. That's what makes a difference. We get to play at home though, so we don't get to go experience another road atmosphere yet. And our playbook's definitely expanding because a couple of weeks ago, I did not have this RPO option in it. We're also not going to get blessed with a team that just loves to press all the time. I mean, that was nice to have last week. We don't have it this time. And we'll see what type of coverage they're running with on 3rd and 8. We're going to have Tank, but he drops it. We did about everything right there, but it's just not a good start. It's all right though. On our next drive, we're going to start it off with a read option and go about nowhere. With the wear and tear damage that we take, it almost feels like it's not even worth it to run. I should have never scrambled back though. They somehow catch that pick after it bounced around in his hands, and they have a pick 6. We literally had a touchdown there to Tank Hawkins too. I am so dumb for not just taking that in the first place. I'm literally running around everywhere here. This is not the practice mode that I was just a part of. Or maybe it is, because we're going to complete the pass and get the first. Now all we have to do is put Jackson on an option route, see what Tank is doing, and with Jackson getting caught up, he's still going to get us 5. I'm really not happy with the fact that this game has started the way that it has, or how our offensive line is playing. But I don't believe Louisiana has the corners that it takes to stop Tank Hawkins from just outrunning them. That should be on the money. We upgraded our accuracy, and we'll take the touchdown. I mean, the kid that's on him does not look like a cornerback. He's like 6'5". He should not be able to keep up with him. I didn't know they put signs in the game. It's also gotten a little bit darker, so now we are going to have some better lighting. I love the way that night games look. Start with a jet touch pass. Let Tank Hawkins go to work. This time, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a deep pass over the middle. We actually would have had it. But to get something off like that, we're just never going to have the time for it. I think our tight end has gotten them with that corner route, though. He's able to bring it in. We started this one off slow, but we're still cooking. We're still in this. We're going to have a wide open tight end. I love that mesh concept. It always gets somebody free. You just cannot complain about a tie game in the first half after how rough things were looking, and we're going to be able to actually make it 21-14. Come on, get in. That was so close, and because I want this passing touchdown, whether it's open or not, zip it, zip it, zip it. Well, I guess hitting the button sometimes isn't enough to get the touchdown. We'll just run this in. We've been able to score 21 unanswered, and they're just going to keep on showing the sign. Just seeing that really makes me think they have got to be at least close to having the capability to have create a sign back in the game, because I don't think they'd have it there without it. Create a sign's one of those things, though, where I could actually see it literally not coming back because they know how we work, and we're going to put some wild stuff on there. What a juke. I mean, that's 28 unanswered now. And Louisiana might be responding, but we still have the lead that we want. We're going to roll out. We're going to hit our running back, and we just keep getting more comfy. You know, I thought I was having fun when I was earning the starting job at Virginia Tech all year, and it was a battle, but I'm having a lot more fun now that we can actually have some success on the field. What I'm also really impressed with is this graphic right here. I had not seen that yet. It looks sick. I mean, if we're being real, no disrespect to College Football 25, but the presentation in that game versus this one looked horrible. I mean, it just felt so dead in comparison. There was never anything moving across the screen. If we are able to finish off this drive with another touchdown, which I think we might be able to, we do, I'm going to show you all what I'm talking about. So we get to go over there, hit our little dance with Tank Hawkins. It's going to show some fans. And then what I'm hoping for is it starts to show like the Sunbelt stuff. Maybe it pops up his name like this. And it just didn't look that good last year. There's no other way to put it. It reminds me a lot of 14, where each conference would have like its own special presentation flashing. I don't know if that was revamped or the base game. Either way, I'm a fan, and I am starting to wonder, are we about to be Heisman Trophy contenders? Because at the moment, I feel like our stats are going to put us up there with some of the best in the country. Now, I don't know if it's even possible to win it out of the Sun Belt unless we're throwing for like 60 touchdowns. But if we can put this in ourselves, which means I'm keeping it on this option, that would be touchdown number 6. And that means I do need to get a little bit greedy. They've sent in a blitz that we weren't ready for. Here we go, though. The Sunbelt thing's flashing. It's going to be 3rd and goal. I'm going to go for this read Y corner. And here's my plan. Either we throw it to Hammer or we throw it up the seam. Neither are there. They were being smart. We're kicking 3. It is more important that we just win. And I am glad that we were able to close this one out. 37-21. We've been able to start scoring a lot more. I'm mad about the interception still. And you've got to be thrilled about winning 5 in a row. What has led to this success, though? I think I have to give credit to the fan base. My hope with that was we'd gain more followers, which we did. We gained 10,000. And do you know why that's a big deal? It's not for the road dog ability. It's because now we have another NIL slot for regional deals so they can start to get better. Sure enough, it took no time to get offered one extremely extremely quick. We'd get 4 skill points and 10,000 followers for this, but it's 8 weeks. I'm going to wait and see if we get a better one. We're also building up a decent bit of coach trust. I mean, we're still so far away from being able to unlock audibles. That's all that we're really shooting for at this point. I don't think you can ever unlock a full playbook, but this should carry over to the next school we go to as well. Southern Miss, who's on our schedule, is ranked inside the top 25, and inside our division, Marshall and App State are tied in second place behind us in first. Do you know what that means? We really need to win this one on the road at Marshall. Now, if I'm remembering right, this is a very important game. I just woke up like 30 minutes ago, took my shower, and guess what? I'm on the game. The reason I bring that up is that might not be good for us. Normally, it takes me a little bit to get warmed up and play better, but today I'm going in raw. I have not played any other game so far, and I think we're going to be able to pick up a pretty easy first down. I still haven't been able to find much success out of running halfback screens myself. At least we're able to get the throws off this year. That was a big gain, and I do think if I was able to control my running back where he goes, we could be getting a lot more yards off of something like that. I had a touchdown there to X, but I missed it. I'm also not able to hot route yet, which is interesting. It's just because of that home field advantage effects. I had a very, very open receiver there, and we're going to try and make this throw on the run, but he's going to be able to catch up to it, and we still get the ball. Beautiful stuff there. Man-to-man coverage. We're going to have Tank Hawkins over in the end zone. If it's zone like this, we're going to find our tight end for a first, and we might actually have Hammer on this wheel route that he's on, but if it's not there, we're going to take our slant and get it to Tank. Never mind, that's not Tank. He must have been out for that play, and I am very confused what just happened because the next snap that I'm in for, Marshall's at 17 points. We're going to check that out in a second. We might even need to check mid-play or else I won't be able to figure it out. We're going to get a touchdown there, but I couldn't view the highlights or the scoring summary. I'm so confused on how they're at 17. It looks like they were able to pass for a touchdown, and then they returned a fumble for a touchdown as well off of the kickoff. And that just tells you that we are going to have a tough time taking them down. Luckily, they don't seem too familiar with Tank Hawkins' game. We actually have a touchdown here, but I don't have the throw power to throw it, so they're going to get a pick off of it instead. I should have known better. I don't know why I thought I was still going to fit it into that window. And with a minute left in this first half, it's about time that we take things a little bit slower. Except that didn't work. I can't do hot routes either. They're just not going in, so we're going to have to deal with that. I'm scrambling on this play. Man-to-man coverage, don't leave a lane for us. It really is a struggle, though, to be able to just consistently hit our targets. I don't know what it's going to take accuracy-wise to get there. I feel like we've maxed out our accuracy pretty well so far in this video. That was a tight read. And our only throwing stat that is super high at the moment is our throw on the run, which is why I continue to do that consistently. We don't have a great option for 2nd and 2, though. Besides a halfback screen, I need them to all come over to me. We hold our blocks there, and we run into a tackle. It's genuinely just not good football. That's not what I wanted to see, but we have a touchdown still right over that defender's head. Never mind, we're tying things up at 17. It is what it is. No hot routes going into effect still, so that home field advantage kicking in. We have fumbled it right into the hands of our offensive lineman, and I'm pretty sure we're about to get held to a 3-and-out, especially if we're running for our life right here. The only way I see us getting out of this is if they are in cover 2 and we're able to split the defense. I don't see it happening, and the fact that they couldn't do anything to score is really, really fortunate. You know, we might have a problem on our hands, though. Tank Hawkins got injured on that last play. It popped up injury. I don't know what it's going to be, but without our #1 receiver over on that left side to stretch the defense, I don't know how to feel. Now, I can trust our running back to get to that ball. He is able to bring it in. I didn't see the other player there that almost made a play on it, but I am really worried about not having Tank Hawkins. As you can see, I'm leaning on the run a lot more. It's going to be 3rd down, but there he is. I see him out there on the field, so we are good. We're still going to be able to use him, and if we get over those zones, we got a touchdown. He was just shaken up for a few plays. That's something that we can handle. I don't know why they think they're going to be able to stop me when I run back in the pocket like that. We normally get it out. And if we can get enough time on this play, I'm sensing like another 15-yard gain, which we got. We've actually done a really good job of spreading it out to everybody. I'm going to continue to try and get it to any receiver that's willing to get open. We're going to be able to go all the way to the 5. And I think what's made me have so much success in this road to glory versus some of the other ones I've done is I'm not locked in on getting it to one guy. I've spread the ball out. I really want to keep this for myself with the read option. We can run it in. Am I able to dunk, though? We missed. I knew that that feature was there, but I'm not sure if they're actually allowed to dunk because it's against college rules or something. I'm not sure what it was, but I have been told that something celebration-wise was removed because it was against college rules. That's a bad pass. And I'm basically just going for some deep shots at this point. We're going to have our tight end right there. It's a hard pass. and it's in the end zone. I've been able to figure out exactly what I need to do to stretch this defense. I mean, we just did it again. And the interesting thing is Marshall was able to consistently respond back to us as well. They scored 31 points on our defense, which is more than most teams normally do. We passed for over 400 yards, though. We are clearly going to continue to get acknowledgement from our coach as well. Of course, they're going to appreciate the hard work that I've been putting in. And that's just caused my coach trust to continue to shoot up. At this point, I don't really care about unlocking anything else. We already have plenty of plays to choose between before each snap. Audibles would be cool, but hurry up mode basically gives you that same flexibility. As you can see, Clemson, Duke, Miami, all inside the top 5. I think we made the right decision in leaving the ACC. We've even been able to find ourselves inside the top 25 polls. And if we can finish these final 4 games strong, we still need to beat App State to lock in our spot to the conference championship. I think we're going to get into the playoffs. I've also got my eye out for the best quarterback of the year award. We're not even on the top 12. So we're not getting any national recognition yet, but we've completed 67% of our passes. We've thrown for 26 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and we've also rushed in for 4 more. Our stats aren't necessarily anything crazy though. If we would have just passed for 20 more passing yards in that last game, we would have been able to set a school record. We've given one to Tank Hawkins. And going into this game on the road at 2-7 Georgia State, this could be an opportunity for some records. What I am interested in as well is how are we going to perform playing in a baseball stadium? That is right, Georgia State plays in a former baseball stadium. You can see the renovation over on that left side. And you can tell from the field too, home plate would be over in that right corner. We're getting nothing here. But as long as we're completing some passes, just getting some under our belt, we're going to be fine in this game. That was almost a missed pass. I've had so many orange bars in this series. I mean, that has been a majority of the misses. So that could be one of the reasons why we have so many that just don't go where I want them. But whenever your accuracy is not very highly rated, that bar fills up a lot faster than it would without it. We're just going to keep completing them, though. We already have a lead. There's no reason to force anything. I want to see how long I can last having 100% of my passes completed in this matchup. And with a jet touch pass, you know it's impossible for me to mess that one up. But we do find ourselves on a 3rd and 3 where they're going to hit us, and we drop it. There it is, the first incompletion already. But against Georgia State, this team really just doesn't worry me. I'm sure that we're going to be able to be fine against them. They have literally won 2 games this season. I don't think I'm going to be able to outrun some of these guys. We might have X, though. This could be the greatest throw or just an easy interception. It's caught. I don't get it. I don't get it. That should never work. That really should never work, but it does. And now we're sensing the pressure, which means we're going to scramble. Could this be our biggest run yet? They're going to eventually get us. They also seem to have the numbers over on that right side. They're playing the RPO well. They're not ready for the run. And we'll see what we have here. It looks like they're going to stick with Tank very well. I'm going to continue to run back for whatever reason. This is not one that I should get out, but they've hit me with a flag. What is it for? Intentional grounding? It should have been. If you were tuned out for that last play, you're probably wondering, how are you at midfield on 3rd and goal? And that's a very good question, but a better question would be, how is Georgia State going to give us a touchdown on it? We just got the craziest bailout of all time. That should have never worked. And they've given us another. I saw Tank Hawkins not getting the proper attention he deserved. What did I tell you? We're going for records in this game. I might be taking a sack, but that's better in my opinion than throwing an incomplete pass. If you want to know why I've rushed for so few yards this season, there's your answer. I do believe that this playmaker could work wonders for us. We just can't let their defender get to us first. And I'm so glad that I've gotten used to it now with the change control on it, because originally, I'm not going to lie, I was having a ton of issues. You have to also hold down L2. I might be getting my touchdown taken away from me here, though. Coach only gave me running options. All 12 of them were runs. That was a crazy cutback. And I'm probably going to get pulled, especially if we end up having success on this drive. But I'm just so bad at not throwing interceptions at the end of the game. I'd argue that more than half of my picks this year have come in situations where I didn't even need to throw the ball. I'll be very interested to see what they're thinking on 3rd and 23, though. Looks like they did have safety help over top. And even after giving up a touchdown, we are able to still close this out. Thankfully, we recovered the onside kick. It should have never been that close. I mean, that pick is where everything turned around. I played well up until that point. And I've been taking a look at these abilities. I've really messed up in going with a pure runner archetype because it's going to take a lot of speed to even be able to unlock Shifty in the first place. None of these are passing physical abilities. So that's why I've been so focused in on ratings. I think we just continue to go with accuracy. We have 9 skill points. Power is something we could purchase, but I'm pretty sure this is only going to increase our throw power by 1. I guess I'll take the chance. And you know what? I can be happy with 84. I just have been so worried about avoiding training. I'm not even sure if it affects your season and career health, but you can see that career bar has dropped down so quick. And we're scraping by with academics, so we can go back to trying to put stuff in the leadership, but it drops so much every week that I feel like we can't get up to excellent. I've not figured out the method with all that stuff yet, though we are pretty much locked into our conference championship, especially with one more win this week. I don't think we're projected to be in the playoff bracket yet, but we're up to number 20. And never mind, I take it back. We're supposed to be playing Michigan in the first round. That is not a guarantee, though. If we're going to do that, we still have to win 4 more games. Step 1 is going to be taking down Arkansas State. There's a water fountain in this stadium that shoots off every single time they score a touchdown, so my goal in this game is to score one and run over to it. I want to celebrate in front of it, but they've already gotten to celebrate because they've scored a touchdown on our defense extremely early on, and I trust our tight end to win this 50-50 ball. He wins those all the time, and he broke a tackle. I really think it goes without saying that D'Angelo Hammer's probably our second best receiver on this team, but he is not our only tight end that can win jump balls. Maybe tight ends are going to be very good in this game. I had a touchdown that I just missed, and that was simply not a great first quarter, but we're zipping it in there. Just give me man-to-man coverage, and I feel confident that we're going to be able to score a touchdown. Or maybe not. They're sending the pressure. I bet this is going to be some cover 2 man. Looks like it's actually going to be cover 2, which means we can beat that to the sideline. That was solid. We needed it for sure. I am going to just roll out here and try to throw this above that zone. It's not going to be accurate, but in my opinion, that was worth the try just in case it did work out for us, and we'll easily pick up the first anyway. Tyreek Milton II has honestly gotten so much better throughout this series. I mean, we are going to be able to throw this on the run and still get lucky. But I'm just thinking back to all the passes that we were missing in some of those earlier games, not just this year, but at Virginia Tech too. I think that's something that I can look at, our stats game by game throughout this year. I'm going to take a look after this one. You can actually see the waterfall over on that right side. So I'm going to try and run in, but they're getting the pressure. I wanted to celebrate there so bad, but I just don't think it's going to work out for us. As long as we still get the touchdown, though, it's cool. That makes it 7-7 with a minute left in the first half. It is not Tank Hawkins that has been able to dust their guy. I was looking at both sides of the field. I haven't done that all year until now. But evidently, I can't sleep on JoJo Stone. He can pull stuff like that off too. They want us to go for the Hail Mary on the final play, but it's just going to be a sack before halftime. I really just didn't want to throw an interception there. I need a little bit more time to get out this throw where I want to. It's going to probably not fall right into that window, but I guess sure enough it does. We have not been let down very often in this game. And what a great throw. I really think that the throw power is making a difference, even though it was only 2. You're just able to get balls into places so much quicker, and that makes a massive difference. It's not necessarily about how far they throw. Let's say I want to get this one to D'Angelo Hammer up the seam because it's there. With high throw power, I can actually place it, but that didn't end up working out. On 3rd down, I'm trying my best, but unfortunately for us, that just didn't pan out, and if that other corner came over to help play on the tight end, we wouldn't get the ball there. That just worked out really well for us, though. Double coverage on Tank, can't stop him, and I no longer mind our last drive ended with a field goal. We're going to hand this one off. I'd rather just take the touchdown instead of throwing a pick. Winning needs to be my prerogative at this point. We came to James Madison to have success, not just to throw for more yards. And I think Tyreek's already getting excited about the potential NIL deals he can get after this year's performance. What I've quickly realized is I think we have already been able to outgrow the Dukes, which I wasn't expecting to happen. We're not making the play on 3rd down. And luckily for us, Arkansas State only kicked a field goal, so it's tied up, but we shouldn't be in this spot. I have not been locked in the way that I need to be for us to close out this game. And we'll see how they respond to 4 verticals here. We're going to get the quick throw off up the seam, but I just held on to the pass for a little bit too long there. It's my greatest weakness, and we're going to have to take our check down, then burn a timeout. I really would love to avoid overtime against Arkansas State, but I just threw it to the wrong receiver. And that means we're headed to OT. This is going to get tough for us. I can't make any mistakes here or else we will lose this game. We're only getting a few yards. And I'm kind of shocked how we ended up getting in this position in the first place, but I know that if we lean on scrambling, I just blew it. Once again, I think last episode I had the same feeling against Miami where I just sit here in silence and I have to accept that we can't win every single game. Fortunately, I don't think it puts us out of the playoff hunt. For now, though, I just accepted this NIL deal because we get an extra skill point per week. And what we really need is we need Southern Miss to keep on winning and then we beat them in the conference championship. I think that's our only way at still getting in. At least we're in different divisions. That does help. I'm also starting to realize that it does really pay off to be able to have all sorts of NIL deals at once, so we should be accepting more of them as we get them. We still have to focus a little bit on studying. And if there's a team in our division that could knock us out of playing in the conference championship, it would be App State. I was really hoping for a night game here, but we're playing in the middle of the day, and it's time to lock in. I still want to try and get to the playoffs, even if we have a slim chance. We set ourselves some very hefty goals for just being a freshman quarterback, but that's what you have to do. And I just feel like some of these times we are getting no time back there in the pocket to get these throws out. You have to be extremely quick. It's challenging. I can't just run around and throw up stupid stuff any longer. And I still can't believe that we ended up losing to Arkansas State. I'm not sure how that happened. We're going with the stiff arm and it works. Here we go. 3rd and 3. I'm ready to just hit some quick drags, or we can wait to hit our receiver stopping over the middle. What I tell you all about JoJo Stone. He's a very good wide receiver too, and he's going to get it again. You can see in that left corner all the times that James Madison's been conference champions. Obviously, not all those have come in the Sun Belt, but I'm trying to repeat that for them again. And it's probably got something to do with being on Heisman, but I feel like the blocking's no better. It might have something to do with just being a Road to Glory thing. Maybe Dynasty it is. I'm not sure. Our left tackles have just been getting annihilated recently. And that flow state that I was in last night where we were just winning every game effortlessly is no longer here. You know, here's the thing though. I kind of like that. These need to be a challenge if I'm on the hardest difficulty. Like if I had infinite time back there in the pocket, we would probably win every game by 35. It's been the one thing that has kept this so challenging, and they still get a hand on it. At least I have multiple reads here that I'm ready to throw. We're gonna bring it in. And you all already know how I feel about starting drives at this spot on the field. That shouldn't even be accurate. I held down for way too long. It was a bad passing meter. That one, I wasn't as quick. And we'll see what we can do on 3rd and 10. Tight end's immediately open. That's going to give us a massive gain. I can't stress how big of a play that was to keep this drive alive, but on 3rd down, we're going to have to truck through a guy, and it just didn't work out. I don't know what has changed in the last couple of weeks, but our offense has taken a major step back. Nobody's injured either, unless some of our offensive linemen got injured. That would explain why we felt like we've had less time. And I'm telling you, some of their overalls, they are pretty bad. They're like 61 overalls that are starting. Tyreek Milton isn't working with the best team here, but what he is doing is he is working with some very talented skills. Juke, get the first down. And it's great to know that he has not learned a single thing from losing the game last week in overtime off of not sliding. That's like a given for something to happen to me though. Whenever playing in a Road to Glory series, I'm going for that 50-50 jump ball. And we just can't ever have anything nice. We're still going to feel a little bit of pressure. They scored a touchdown 2 plays after ours. I feel like Bennett Saturday might have the step there. We're just going to need him to find the ball in the air. And that was massive. He was able to locate it. Now we're handing it off, and I'm just trucking the air. What else can I do? Can I just run around? We scored a touchdown on that, and I didn't even realize because I wasn't paying attention. We're going to hopefully be able to put that away from the defender, making this a 3rd and 9, which would basically seal the game. They were able to score again, which is unfortunate, and they aren't out of it yet. Once again, though, we're saved by recovering an onside kick, and I think this is going to lock us into the conference championship, but just the fact that so many games have been this close recently is not good. It looks like a local restaurant, Rook's Fish and Chips, is also trying to give us a little bit of a sponsor here. 4-week contract, 1 energy up front for 2 skill points, which could be useful. And we get to cater a team activity or a coach meeting. We're going with team activity. I've been trying my hardest to boost up our leadership, and it's not gotten us to high yet, but there are some really good effects if we can continue to get that to climb, which is why I'm focusing on it so much. I've really just been spamming it out. I don't even know where the skill points keep on coming from. I guess we're leveling up quite a bit. We have 7 of them, so we're close to being able to upgrade our accuracy again. I don't really want to go with anything else. And we have the tiebreaker over Marshall, so it doesn't matter whether or not we win this game to get into the conference championship, but it does matter if we want to get back to the top 25. We're playing rivals Old Dominion at home. Here we go. I think we're going to get a night game as well. I'm a little bit surprised that we don't have the Stripe crowd for this. And there are some Old Dominion fans up there in that left corner. That's about it though. This place is sold out. And we don't get to run up to the fans or anything, I don't think. That was one thing we got to do with Virginia Tech. So that's something that must differ for each team. But I just threw a pick on the first play. I threw a pick to a guy that was literally like 3 feet behind our receiver. That cannot be how this game opens up. We're going to have no home field advantage effects at all. We are literally facing off against our 2-9 rivals, and we're struggling. It is time to lock in. 3rd and 14. I mean, that guy was getting off of the edge so fast. We're going to need some blocks here. He didn't do it. That means it is now 14-0. That early on, they were able to score again. I'm actually really worried because this is another thing that we could end up blowing this year that we just should not. And let's see, are they going to leave 34 in man-to-man coverage on D'Angelo Hammer? If they do that, I am so willing to let him go up and make a play. He's done it before. It's not even a bad look in my opinion. I trust that guy that much. Maintaining our spot in the pocket was big right there. And we'll see what we can do here next. I'm just going to pass lead that guy and hope that he catches it. Listen, boys, we're rolling out to this right side. I am literally just going to need enough time to throw this on the run to Tank Hawkins. He catches it. He's at the 5. And we might be ending this first quarter down 14-0. That might have had a chance at being intercepted, but it wasn't. What's important is we seem to be recovering from that just awful start we had. And we can tie things up on this drive, so things can flip pretty quick. I'm going to trust Joe Jackson to get around that defender. He takes us inside the red zone, which is all that we needed. We just need to make sure we continue to let him go to work or whoever's out there on the field. Sometimes it's not about the stats. It's about winning. We're getting the first down. We're getting more. And he should be able to finish off this drive as well. I threw the RPO. I'm an idiot. I don't know how he was able to react to that. It looks like he was about to commit to the run right after saying I didn't care about my stats as well. I didn't even want to use that play. It was just the one that I accidentally selected. It's okay, though. If they're going to confidently run some man-to-man coverage, we were going to have the seam. Cover 3, we're going to have the seam. And let's see what they got over on Tank Hawkins' side of the field. I see safety help over the top. Man-to-man coverage again. But you know who's probably going to get open? Our tight end. Or we're going to miss the pass into an interception. How many picks do we think I'm going to throw in this game? I threw 3 before halftime. I'm trying to pull off a Nathan Peterman at this point. We're going for 5. And what are we even doing, dude? This has been a such rough performance from us. That's 2 plays in a row, though, where our guys literally just watched the ball drop and didn't even attempt to catch it. I'm working with players that can't even locate the ball in the air. What do you want me to do? I mean, we're just going to struggle against it. Here we go, though. It's that perfect alignment that I'm looking for. They're not going to be able to split the safeties, but if we can get that block to hold, then we're going to be able to take it into the end zone with Milton. We also got the defensive stop that we needed, which means this game isn't over for us yet. We are going to be in a tough spot where we need to be able to get around this defender, but if we do that, we're out of bounds. I'm looking pretty deep every play as well. I think we're going to have it too. There's no way the safety gets to it. Touchdown. I want to say I'm not very relieved yet, but somehow we're getting the ball back on the 2-yard line. I don't know what our defense did to put us in this spot, but they did something right, and I am not going to have an RPO in this situation. We're going to run it, we're going to keep it, and get it ourselves. You know, for as panicked as I was that this game was about to go super south for us, we ended up playing very well at the end, and we're going to start to actually run the ball the way that we should. My problem with it, though, is we just end up losing yards, and so it seems like we're going to be giving the ball back to them. That they are also going to try and bring in a blitz of some sort. I highly doubt Joe Jackson's getting around both those defenders. But do you know whose defense can clutch up when it matters? James Madison. 70 rushing yards. A win over our rivals. Just don't mention the fact that they're 2-9 and the fact that I threw 3 interceptions in this game. It was probably one of our worst performances. But you know what? It's gotten us to the conference championship against Southern Miss. We're still not ranked, though, so I'm not sure what our chances are of making the playoffs. What we really need is no other group of 5 teams to be ranked inside the top 25. That's how we're still going to have an opportunity. Southern Miss is always going to be here. It looks like Arkansas State's also going to be up here. But how are they there and we're not, since they're getting a boost off of beating us? Doesn't make much sense to me. Unfortunately, East Carolina and Buffalo are at the very end. And look at our career and season health continuing to decline. I'm not sure if there's any other way to heal it besides just putting more into health. Oh my gosh. We just became academically ineligible as well because I only did scraping by. I thought we did enough studying for the exam. We're ineligible. I don't even know what to say. We're not going to get to play in our conference championship game. I didn't know that was possible. I thought all I had to do was scrape by. We got your final exams back. You got 3 D's and an F. Check your GPA while you got a chance. Remember, you still have classes that require you to finish some projects. Don't forget about those. Wait, do we have a chance? Because at the moment, it's saying I am ineligible to play this game. Is there a way for me to still play this? There's literally nothing I can do. I just played a full season for us to drop down to quarterback 4 and not be eligible. There is no way that we just carried a 61 overall James Madison to 10-2 to making the conference championship, winning our division in the Sun Belt. And now all I can do, since I can't actually go into this game, is advance the week because we are academically ineligible. This is the worst thing that could have happened in Road to Glory. It looks like we ended up losing it as well, 48-37. I want this to be a lesson to everybody out there that is watching this, that's seeing Road to Glory early. If you think that you can just do scrape by for academics, you are wrong. Don't do that. Make sure you get up to degrees and you spend a ton of energy in that category because what just happened? Like, that's it for me. I can't do anything else. Coach has me at quarterback 4. He's angry. He is so mad that we have to transfer no matter what. All I want to do is be like Dante Moore and win a Heisman Trophy in this road to glory, have success, maybe become a first-round pick even. But we were not able to do that. It looks like we were freshmen all Sun Belt with our stat line though, because we had a solid season. We've also made a bowl game against Baylor, another school that I was considering transferring to. Guess who can't play in that game either though? I can't play in that game. I am so over it. We are leaving James Madison. They are not treating me well. They should have given me fake classes like North Carolina would. I don't even know if the transfer portal is based off of overall, but I'm just assuming that it is, which is why we have now been given all of these opportunities to go into some other schools and start for them. There's actually a lot on this list that I can choose between. We're going to have to look at whatever roster they have, though, and who is the best fit. It looks like we ended up losing our bowl game as well, and outside of just being academically ineligible, a main reason I want to leave is Tank Hawkins, he's a senior. Joe Jackson, he's a senior. I'm losing a lot of the players that were best on this roster. And I truly believe after spending a full year in a weaker conference, honing in on making our stats a lot better, we took a major step forward. You can see that statistically. We still need to be better at running the ball and not taking sacks. It felt like I took a lot more than just that, and I was always running for my life. Tank Hawkins was our best receiver by far. And yeah, tune in for episode 3 if you want to see where I end up transferring and if I end up continuing to have success in my career. We still have 3 seasons left potentially.